And a very good afternoon, Year 3 Team Viola. It's Ms. A here, and I'm intrigued to find out how you went with your viola practice over the last week. I know we're in week 2 this week, and there's a lot of things going on. This term is going to be very exciting. From the sounds of it, we'll continue on with some online tutorials, but there might be that chance that we come back together again. But in the meantime, let's see how much we can do between you and me with our songs in the viola book. So remember, I know that before I left you, I'm so pleased that you have your Viola Time Joggers book with you. Today, we're going to have a quick look again at the open strings. You can see here, this page. And then we have worked on the first 6 songs. And you would have noticed that in the past week, I went through the 6 songs with you in the last video. You had the chance to stop between different songs, so you could go back to the songs and play them again. Or if you wanted to play a few songs at a time, you could do that as well. But the idea is, having that backing music will really make a difference. Remember the backing music? I'll show you where it was. Every book should have the CD right at the back of the book. All right? This is where you need your mum and dad's help or a carer to help you get the tracks out of the CD onto a digital device which you can play. Some people, when I was growing up, I had things called CDs, compact disc players, which that's what it is. But we can listen to things on our phone or an iPad. So find something which you can use yourself and you know how to work it. And then that's what the music I'm playing with the backing is all about. So I can have more enjoyment when I'm practicing as well. So just as a quick refresher, I know that you'll be warming up on your open strings on the first page, opposite Bow Down, O Belinda. So remember, we just want to have a look at our open strings here. You see me here? We've got the C string. Next we have the G string, the D string, and of course the A string. Using the bow is called arco, to bow. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm holding, and if anything, what we started off with was the idea of the pencil, being able to hold the pencil in that shape. You see the shape of a little parrot. Polly want a cracker? He sure does. So that's the idea of using the bow, all right, with the bow. And the idea is when you get more comfortable, you can hold it this way, because I've been holding the violin bow this way for a very long time. I've been playing for a lot longer than you guys have. But in the meantime, you're welcome to hold your bow just in the silvery section here, okay? The silvery section. This is called arco, or bowing, okay, on with the violin. Okay, remember we also talked about pizzicato, which is where we have the pistol grip. All right, pistol. Okay, where we rest it on the side of the fingerboard. And I'll just go over to this direction here. You can see I'm using my index finger and plucking further up on the fingerboard, like so. C string, A string. You can see I'm plucking up there. The reason why we don't cross over to this section here, you'll probably have a look at your strings and they're very white. That's because of the rosin. The rosin, whoops, dropped my bow. The rosin is that hard substance which you see where we usually put our rosin on our bow, like so. It comes from the resin of trees. And the important thing is not to touch your bow, remember? Because even as we have cleaned our hands very thoroughly, and you know how important it is to keep our fingers and everything hygienic nowadays, the last thing you want to do is touch the beautiful bow hair on our stringed instruments, and also touching the rosin as well. So remember, as we're playing, that's what we're doing with our bow. Or otherwise, when it says pizzicato, that's when we use our plucking. Gotcha. All right, it sounds like you're wanting to have a look at what's happening next. So after looking at your open strings on that first page, getting used to reading the notes on the C, the G, the D, and the A, you probably realize that the notes sit higher up on the music stave, you know, those 5 lines. I'll just point it to you. On this page here, we have the music stave. 5 lines going up here. And as the notes get higher, you can see on the higher strings, the A string is the highest, and it goes down to the low C string. All right, so the higher the note, the higher it is positioned in the music. We have talked about crotches. We've seen a lot of that. 1 beat only. We also have talked about the minim, which is worth 2 beats. So when we count the total of 1, 2, that is worth a minim. We also have important parts where we're not always playing all the time. And this is called the crotchet rest as well as the minim rest. These are sections of silence in the music. All right? Now, that's all we need to look at the moment for our songs. Going to our new song today, it's called Fast Lane. I don't know about you, but the weather has been getting a lot colder the last week. We had, I think it was high 20-degree heat, 29, that kind of thing a few weeks ago. Now this morning it was 8 degrees Celsius. Oh. Okay, well, it makes me want to warm up and run with the dogs. So this song, number 7, is called Fast Lane. It's on page 8 of our book. This one. Okay. Fast Lane. So turn to that one if you have done all your warm-ups from anywhere from songs number 1 through to number 6. Start on Fast Lane only when you have felt comfortable with working on your first 6 songs. So let's have a look at them. Using the open strings page, you can find your way and recognize what strings they have here. Now you can see here we have the D and the A strings going. In fact, I'm going to put the music on and let's have a listen to it. We count 4 beats in a bar.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. 2 beats rest, next line. Another 2 beats rest, next line, rest. 2 Ds. And then there's 2 dots there which repeat the beginning. Rest, next line. Yep, that's it. Okay, here we go. Now, we go straight to the second time bar right at the end. Right. Now, you see this note here. It's hard to see here. It's got a few little lines at the bottom. Now, this is a new note. And at the back of our books, I'm going to the back of my book here. At the back of the book, opposite the CD, you can see a music fact finder page. Can you see where that interesting note turns up? The word is called tremolo. Can you say it? Tremolo. Tremble, 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 tremble. And the idea with that note is that we play it like in a trembling style. How do we tremble? It's almost like maybe if someone was tickling you and you just don't want to let go of your instrument and you go, ah. So have a listen to what a tremolo sounds like. So when I'm moving my bow, you can see what I'm doing here. holding my bow, but I'm only using a little bit of the tip. Sort of like scratching a piece of a sticker you've just pulled out and then you've got a little bit left quarter up. You're going to scratch it off. So the idea of the tremolo is using the tip of the bow and playing just about 1 centimetre up and down. And the idea is it makes it sound very terrifying or spooky. All right, so I'm going to play the fast lane for you. Now, first of all, when you're looking at the song number 7, I want you to identify what the notes are first. They're all open strings at the moment, so you don't need any fingers at the moment, right? I think what we discovered is that in fast lane, we have a mix of open strings. We start off with the D's and the A's. D, D, A, D, D, A, D, D, A, D. Then we have a rest. When we go to the next line here, we're going to the lower string. Now, if you look back at your open strings, you will find that note is G. G, G, D, D, G, G, D, 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 A, D. And what's there? It is a minimum rest, correct. Okay, now we go to the third line. A, rest, rest. Then we've got G, G, rest, rest. D, D, rest, rest, D, D. With the 2 dots mean repeat and we go back to the beginning, right? We keep on going. We keep on going to the next section and then the third line as well. And then when we get back, when we finish here, if we've done the first time already, we just skip that. We just go straight to the second time bar. This is where we see the tremolo. So the last bar, the second time bar, it goes like that. Okay, so let me go through step by step how to play fast lane. Feel free to stop this recording until you feel comfortable with the first line. D, D, A. Okay, we do that for 3 bars. 3 bars, okay? Have a look. We're counting 4 beats in a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest. Okay? Keep on trying that until you feel comfortable with line 1. Now line 2 is bars 5, 6, 7 and 8. What strings do we have there? Pause the recording and you can go back and have a look at it. So that's right. We have the notes G, G, then D, D, G, G, D, D. And then we've got D, D, A, D. All right, so I'll just show you where we are. G, G, D, D, G, G, D, D. Then stay on the D, 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 A, and D. And then the minimum rest, okay? Right, because we started on a down bow, we need to start on another down bow here. So what we need to do is do an up bow in the air. It'd be like a little circle, all right? So I'm going to play bars 5 to 8. Second line of fast lane, song number 7. Rest for 2. All right? So the idea is we've got line 1 and now line 2. Pause the recording until you feel comfortable playing line 2 now. Now I'm going to put lines 1 and 2 together. Have a listen to this. So from the beginning, we're counting in 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. bar 2, bar 3. Then we lift the bow to do a down bow G. Bar 5, bar 6, bar 7. And then we lift the bow. Now, let's have a look at line 3, bar 9. Okay, we're up to bar 9 now. Now, I hope you've taken your time to get through all this, because let's have a look at bar 9. So we've got high A, rest, rest. Then we've got low G. Well, it's not the lowest string, it's the third lowest string, isn't it? Rest, rest. D, D, rest, rest. D, D, rest, rest. Then what do? With the 2 dots, that's right, repeat. We go back to the beginning, all right? So let's just have a look at line 3 together. I'll get my viola with you, join you. And what string was that? Yes, it was the A string. Okay, we're looking at bar 9, line 3 of fast lane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, rest, G. Rest, rest, D. Rest, rest, D, D. Rest, rest. Now, what you've realized is that we're going from an A string, but we have to also go straight over to a G string, and we have to skip one string, which is D. So see what I'm doing with my bow? It's called pivoting the bow. Look at your bow carefully, and we're still playing on the angle. Remember the angle. The bow is flat, as you can see, but when we're playing single strings, we like to hold the bow at an angle, so you can see the bow hair facing towards the bridge of your viola, all right? So when you're playing here, keep it closer towards the bridge. Now, when you go over, make sure you can see the bow hairs touching the G. Your bow is touching the string, and then draw it down again. So, A, G. And then we just go to the middle string in between, which is D. Right? So let me play bar 9, 10, 11, and 12, okay? Together. We'll just try that together. Line 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, rest, rest. G, rest, rest. D, rest, rest. D, then you repeat. Lift, next line, G, D, G, D, 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 A, third line, A, over to the G, 1 D, second time bar now, D, D, tremolo. Okay, so that is the fast lane with the repeat. Now, chances are by the time you've gone through all of this, you've probably had dinner or something like that, or lunch, whatever, or you had a little cup of tea or a drink, whatever you had. I think it's good to have a little break in between. Now, I'm going to play what fast lane sounds like with the backing. Now, this might be a little bit fast for you at the moment, but I want you to see what happens when you put it all together with the repeat. All right, so let's try this. Ready, please, Mr. Music? Okay, this is number 7, fast lane. 2, 3, 4. First time bar. Back to the beginning. You got it? Second line, G. the G. Second time bar, the tremolo. All right, and that is fast lane. All right, so friends, if you've got this far with fast lane, well done. Hey, but on the other hand, if you're still working through songs 1 through to 6, that's okay too, because all I want you to do is feel more comfortable with your open strings, getting used to doing the pizzicato. All right, pizz, plucking. I'll just recap with that. Pizzicato is the pistol grip kept on the side of the fingerboard, plucking higher up on the narrow section of the fingerboard. If it doesn't say pizzicato and it says arco or it just doesn't say anything, that means you use your bow. All right, using the bow, we hold it in the nut section. At the moment, I've probably taught you how to hold it with the silvery section here, and then having your fingers placed and spread out in this direction. You can see in here, can you see how I'm holding my fingers where I'm keeping I'm resting my fingers between the first and second joints. The reason why I'm doing that is to make sure that we're not gripping. Sometimes students end up holding their fingers like this, okay? That creates a lot of stiffness and we can't quite move like that, okay? Grandpa shark, great grand uncle shark, right? But what we want to do is make sure we're playing nice and smoothly. So that's a tricky one. You can use a pencil to practice that. In fact, it's probably more convenient because you don't always have your viola all the time. Okay, so practice that, practice your songs, and most importantly, start listening to your backing because that will become your very best friend. I love playing music with some backing or playing with other friends. It really just makes music so enjoyable. And I really hope that you're enjoying your time playing the viola too. That's all for me this week. Have a lovely week. Enjoy getting into the fast lane if you're up to that. Otherwise, go at your own pace. Stay warm and stay safe until next lesson. Bye for now.